Good morning and happy Thursday. It's crazy to think that we already on Thursday and it felt like this week just started. First and foremost, I want to say I hope everybody stays cool out there. I know, I myself live in Texas, and over here, a lot of these southern states, got a really nasty, what they call a heat dome, heat wave, whatever we're calling it. So make sure you stay cool and definitely stay hydrated. Now, as you know, I've gotten back this year to rededicating my life to Christ, to finding my way back to where I want to be, and that is with God, not just knowing Him, but, really, really knowing Him. And one of the things I've learned, there's a lot of different teachers out there, whether you're on Facebook or whether you try to go to a church or, especially if you go to, of all places, TikTok. There's so many different interpretations of the Bible. You got one group of people that'll tell you, if you don't do this or do this, you're not a Christian. Another one tells you a different thing. Another one tells you another thing. And, of all people, I admit it can be frustrating. At 39, growing up, I really intended to be so much farther in my relationship with Christ, but through personal choices and, pride and selfishness, it was a battle that I lost more often than not. And I think it's very important to not only spend time with Christ, and in God's Word every single day, but to better help with the confusion of the different understandings. We're all going to have our different understandings of God's Word, and that's inevitable because we are all made different. But only God can give true understanding of His Word. Only the Lord can help you really understand what it is that He wants you to take away from His Word. And that's how I honestly feel about it. So it is very important that, when you go to read God's Word, you pray for understanding, and, He will give it to you. God does not lack in wisdom. He lacks in nothing. And what we lack, He will help us. And as I continue to learn, I'm learning now more than I have in a long time. And I'm excited, a lot of things that I used to believe that I don't believe anymore. But the one thing I will say is the closer you grow to God, the closer He's going to grow to you. And there's a peace that you get that I cannot define. I don't know how to explain it. But that comes only from the Lord.